catch a fish all last year, so this year I went back to basics. Remembering the first time my grandfather took me fishing when I was about 5 and my brother was about 3, I took the hint. We stood on a dock then at a pond, pressed a button on our little Zebco reels and let the worm on the hook splash into the water until the red and white bobber stopped it from plummeting. When the fish pulled the bobber under, I pulled up the line, probably without reeling in, and swung the fish to the dock. They were sunfish, tiny by any standards, even measured against our little hands. But we caught lots of them, and it was exciting. Since then, I've always thought that if you take children fishing and they catch fish the first time, they'll be hooked on the sport, pun intended. When my brother and I were older, my grandfather showed us how to fillet the fish. We threw the fillets in the freezer until we had enough for supper. My grandmother then would dredge them in flour and salt and pepper and fry them in butter. Thinking back to those days, one morning recently after a rain, I dug in my yard and overturned rocks to find night crawlers, put the worms in a plastic cup, punched air holes in the lid, and set off for the lake. After a few casts, I got bites, but missed a few. When I reeled one in, I noticed why some of the others slipped the hook. They were too small. My first sunfish was all of 3 or 4 inches. The next wasn't much bigger. Then I went to a dock and, like 50 years ago, dropped the line. For the next hour or so, I pulled up a sunfish every few minutes. None of them could have been larger than 6 inches. I took photos of them, but returned them all to the water, so they're available if you want to try to catch them again. Take it from me, it's still fun.